Placentia Chamber. This is Eric Holmgren, your ambassador at large. And today I am talking with Mike Nelson with Strive Systems. How are you doing today, Mike?
Very good. How about you?
I'm doing very well. It's hard for us to socially distance since you're so tall. We can't fit you in the screen otherwise, but I'll try not to spit on you. Tell me, with Strive Systems, what is it that you do?
We're a small business systems provider, right? We provide a lot of cloud services. Actually, I tend to prefer cloud services because especially in this COVID world, I don't have to go in the office as much, right? So everything that's on the cloud, I can manage through my trusty phone. I put as much as I can up there, but you used to say an IT guy would come in and manage everything from the wall down, the outside wall where your connection came in to the desktop. But of course, the world is a lot different now. We have the cloud, and we have people working in a mobile workforce, and we have multiple offices all over the place. So interconnectivity and cloud services are definitely, they've been, I don't want to say trending, but they've been mainstream for quite a few years. And it's the best place to go with your services. That way, it bleeds over into disaster recovery scenarios. It allows for greater employee mobility and flexibility. It allows for quick deployment of services if you need. Gone are the days where you got to decide you're going to throw up a web server and you got to start worrying about the hardware server that you're going to throw on it, and then you got to worry about what closet in your office you're going to put it in. Is it air conditioned properly? All these kind of things. Does it have the right battery backup? Well, now we just put those puppies on the cloud. Okay. Now, is Strive Services your first business? It is. It's my first business. I toiled over the name, but I matched it pretty good with my jingle. We strive to be your trusted IT advisor. I do kind of wish I had a different name because my domain name I have to spell out a lot of times for people because I's and V's and C's sound a lot similar when you're talking on the phone, but it is what it is. It's a small burden to bear, I guess, all things considered. So with that, you've been in business now for about 2 years. Yep. But you've got longer experience than that in the IT world yourself. What are some of the things that you've done previously? Well, I started programming way back with a little Apple brick. I think it was a 2E in high school. I don't want to date myself. I'm not going to admit my age right now, but we were programming Tank Battle back then. Okay. And this was before any kind of nice graphics were coming out, right? Little stick figurines jerking around on the screen. But through college and through one of my first jobs, I actually wanted to be a civil engineer in life. So I was working at a surveyor's office doing some design drafting, but I also had this computer background, right? And this was with Lotus 1-2-3 notes and things. And I said, let's put that timesheet on a spreadsheet. And it's like, what's a spreadsheet? So that started my journey. Problem is, in a design office where they bill by the hours, they want you to be billable by the hours. And I can't stop and go do the IT stuff. So we had to have a divergent path. And I basically, with the blessing of the current boss at the time, he said, I need you billable. And I said, I can't. When the company goes down, nobody else is billable. So he says, you're right. I want you to do the IT full time. Right. So that's where I started. I've been involved with civil engineers, healthcare industry, pharmacies, clinics, home builders, some private, some corporate America, publicly traded. But I came to a point a couple of years ago. I thought I need to start doing this for myself. And it was a good time. Right. Good time to make a decision. Now with Strive Systems, it's just you, correct? So what's a challenge that you've had trying to maybe take on larger projects that are beyond the capabilities of your 24 hours a day existence kind of a thing? Yeah, great question. When the pandemic hit and everybody needed to come home out of their offices and work at home, I was busy as one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest, so to speak, right? But I could handle it. So any of these things that I can't handle on my own for my small customers, and they're great customers. Some let me come in the office at night. Some on the weekends. Some I've got keys and keypads and stuff for. But you're right. If I want to do some work in, say, Texas, well, I can't be driving every morning to Texas, right? So I found a platform. I started asking around. I made some good contacts with some good local people that I'm going to always use in certain instances. But I found a platform that I can go nationwide. So my cloud services now are that much more valuable. I came to like the service at first because I was picking up contract jobs on there.
Right.
So I learned the platform. I learned the customer support that they did. I liked the payment system. It was very prompt and expedient. I liked the rating system that they had. People could leave reviews and, 5-star, 4-star, that kind of stuff. And it was a great platform. So anytime I've got a job for some kind of technical experience, even if it's just a labor, grabbing a printer, pulling it out and putting a new printer in, that still is a technical need, but I can scale as much as I want without having to worry about, in a new area, I've got to go and vet a whole bunch of people or a new company and then somehow trust in that,
Right.
And that it's going to be done correct in the first place, but also, professional, ethical. I don't have any problem with people, with a background or, any number of things. These people are already vetted. Most cases, they're insured by the platform or their own insurance. It's a great platform.
So it sounds like the best of all possible worlds in that, usually you would have had to hire somebody, have somebody on the payroll, you'd have to pay them whether you had work or not for them. In this particular case, it sounds like you can get the right people at the right time. It's almost like a Craigslist, except for IT sort of people, gig workers. And therefore you've got it set. Now you're paying a little extra for the convenience of having that that setup, but obviously it must be penciling out somehow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you pay a little bit for the service, but I don't mind because I don't have any minimums I have to fulfill. I don't have any quotas. I don't have to hire X number of people. I can just expand at will or contract back if I don't. I may go back to the same person. In fact, once I build some kind of rapport with them, I will. That's preferable because it kicks it up a notch on, my experience with them.
Right.
But everybody that I've worked with so far in there has been just top notch. It's a great platform.
Okay. So there's a very real chance that in lots of other industries, there's something similar to this, where there is, in this particular case, you said it's a nationwide system. So there could be something out there for plumbers or for other types of people that need somebody to come in, do a job. If you are a small-time person, you yourself were getting contract work from being hired by other people to do stuff, and then now you're able to return the favor, so to speak, with helping projects. So I guess the gist would be to look into that sort of thing instead of thinking about, I've got to try to hire or train my own person, see what's out there in the wider universe, and see if you then find either a place that can bring you more work or where you can find folks to help you out with the project.
Yeah, I guess for me, I always ask, right? Do you have a guy? Do you have a guy for plumbing? Do you know somebody that paints a house? That kind of stuff. We all do that, right?
Right.
But beyond that, you've got to look for, if it's not just for a personal need at the time, it's for your business. Yeah, ask beyond that. Do you know an online platform? Do you know like an Angie's List or a Craigslist kind of thing where you can go out there and get vetted people so that you can spin up, so to speak, really fast and not have this burden ahead of you just so you can get comfortable with somebody.
Right. No, that sounds awesome. It sounds like it's a great resource. I'm sure there's other resources like that in other industries, and your experience obviously has been very positive with this particular outfit. Well, Mike, if I ever have any, technical IT issues with swords, bows and arrows, What else? I mean, we just figured out how to bang rocks together.
Yep.
You know, that's my technical expertise there. I'll definitely get in touch with you. Any other business wisdom or advice you want to share with the community out there?
Well, I think this guy has got the perfect business opportunity, or not business opportunity, but business, because in the world that we're experiencing, for 20 years, I've said, I think we'd be better without tech. I wholeheartedly believe that. Of course, I'd be without a job, and I've made a good living on it, and there's a lot of good applications, but practically speaking, you know, your expertise is what I want to call on.
Well, when the zombie apocalypse comes, I've got everything ticked off.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw some keyboards at them.
Well, Mike, it was great to chat with you and see you in person as opposed to Zoom calls.
Yep.
Thanks so much for sharing your experience and your wisdom with the group. And until next episode, be well.
Thank you.